us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E. Mr. and Mrs. E.
Launch sequence activated. Prepare for light speed.
Keeping the missing relevant with Mr. E, Mrs. E. Let's not forget the sweet and E, and of course the best grand E, unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Auntie, is that you? Yes. Bring in the crime dogs. It's time.
Unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E. Unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Mr. E Crimecast. I am Mr. E. I am joined, of course, today by Mrs. E and our guest, Auntie. Well, thank you very much for being here. Auntie, how are you doing today?
Good.
Good. So we've got a lot of folks coming in already. I appreciate everybody joining us here on this story. This may be one you're not familiar with. It's not one we've really talked about in any depth yet. This is one that we felt compelled to discuss once we started. Really, when it was brought to our attention by one of our subscribers, Panda Bear's mom, who I think is in chat also, and we did a members only live last week, and she filled us in on a lot of what was going on with this case. It got us very interested in it. The more we looked at it, the more we felt compelled to try to do our little part to amplify the story. With these missing people, when once you hear the story and kind of how this all has played out and what's going on, you will come to probably believe also that there is somebody out there that does have critical information that could find what happened to this young man, Devlin. So thank you, Panda Bear's mom, for bringing this to our attention. I see also that we've had got several of our favorite people here. Let's see, we've got Ashley joining us, Real Me Too, Dreaming of Blue Skies, Sandy Beaches, Uber Fubar, who I think just gifted a membership, if I saw that correctly. I don't know how to highlight those. Okay, thank you so much, Uber Fubar, for doing that. It's very kind of you.
Renewed his membership as well.
And renewed your membership too. So it's always good to see you. Thanks for being here, of course. And
thank you so much for gifting the memberships. It does help out our channel. We appreciate you. And we'll be doing a members only live stream trivia probably in a week or so.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Maybe a week or so from now. And I saw that we've got some locals that are up there in Odessa, Michigan. So we appreciate you being here. One of the great things about doing a live stream covering a case like this, especially since we're not local there, if we get things wrong with geography or just the facts of the case or exactly where things are positioned, we can correct those in real time. So I've done my best to make sure we've got all of our details straight. But of course, if I've got something wrong about, the geography or exactly the landscape, hopefully we can correct that while we are live here today. So welcome in all the locals. I'm sure this is heartbreaking for all of you. My understanding is that Devlin was a very outgoing person and knew much of the community. Everybody kind of knew who he was. It's a smaller town, a little over 2,000 people. And so I'm sure that has gripped the whole community there. And I think I saw his aunt is here as well. Saw her back here somewhere. I might have skipped past, but anyway, but thank you so much for being here too.
There's Nina. Nina sent us a smiley face with sunglasses. Thank you, Nina Drew. That's so sweet.
Yes, thank you very much for that. We appreciate it.
Aw.
Yeah, we're going to try to come and do lives more often. From here on out, we're going to try to give this more attention is our plan.
And Tanya, did you see that?
Oh, well, thank you, Tanya. So Tanya says,
whoops.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you from Lake Odessa. Well, we're happy to do it. We have, if you don't know, we have a special needs son also. He has severe autism, and he at times throughout his life has wandered on us and eloped. And so this is kind of one of those fears that it sort of plays into our
worst nightmare.
Our worst nightmares actually is that he's the type where he hasn't done that in maybe 7 or 8 years. But if he had an idea, he might just leave on us if there was something he had in mind. We just always kind of have that worry in the back of our mind. Hopefully now that he's older and he's kind of matured a little more, we hope that doesn't happen. But really, if there was something he was very set on doing, he might just walk off the property. You just never know. So it's one of those things you're always just afraid of. And so it's why these stories with the people with autism and special needs getting lost are just they just pull at our heartstrings. So we just felt like this story needed more attention. I had heard about it. I'd seen his flyer, but not a lot of real deep coverage on exactly what happened, how things played out, the paths, the different possibilities, law enforcement's response, the searches and all of that. So we wanted to try and do that today.
My sweet Nina keeps sending me stickers. She knows I love them. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Nina
Nina.
Drew. She said now it's a smiley face with a winky eye.
Yeah.
It's very cute. Thank you so much.
And so Uber Fubar says, same here, being on the spectrum. Yeah. So if you, and that's been the case for a lot of our audience. We started covering Sebastian Rogers, and most of the audience with us, I don't know about most, but a large number of people had either child with autism, sibling, family member, or had a child that had disappeared and been missing. And, so there's often, a lot of us have emotional connections to stories like this. So we thought, we know our audience is very passionate about these missing kids, and we just wanted to take an afternoon to bring that story to them, and maybe they can amplify it. And the hope, of course, being that someone out there knows something,
right?
Because these cases do get solved that way sometimes. You think the Gabby Petito, it was the awareness that solved that case, because you had those people driving down the road that, if it hadn't been for the huge media coverage and the kind of viral nature of that story, very likely they would have looked at their what was it, a GoPro on their car or a dash cam, or they were YouTubers, I think, themselves or something. They were recording and they happened to drive by the vehicle. Knowing the story, they realized it might be important, and that ended up really breaking that case. So that's the hope here, is that we talk about it, maybe another YouTuber or TikToker or whoever spreads it, and people spread a flyer, and someone somewhere goes, you know what, I was driving through Lake Odessa
And
that afternoon. Maybe I could go back and check my dash cam.
You never know.
Or I think I remember seeing a special needs guy, like, on the sidewalk at that Sunoco or whatever. You just don't know.
I want to say, Nicey Marie's hopping around checking on the Diddy case. Hey, Nicey Marie, if anything comes in while we're live on the Diddy case, please come over here and tell us.
Yes, it's Tamara. That I apologize. That's who was in the chat here. So I've the family has been very has been great talking to us, answering questions leading up to today. Really, they've both have answered every question I've had. And more. So they've been very helpful and doing everything they could to bring him home and find answers for whatever happened to him.
Yeah, I believe, I'm looking through the chat here. I'm seeing a lot of families that are affected by autism specifically. So I think we all have that, that thing in common, that we all love someone on the spectrum, right?
Absolutely. This is so if you don't know this story, I'm going to, unless we got anything else you want to talk about before we get into it. Is there anything you wanted to do?
Saying thank you to our mods for being here and helping us out. And thank you to all of our members and our subscribers. We appreciate you all being here. We know you don't know a whole lot about this, but we appreciate you being here to help us spread awareness for Devlin.
Yeah. So let me go here first. Let's I'm going to pull up one of the missing flyers. There's several of these out there.
Oh, and we are going to be doing another live stream tonight. I know that sounds crazy, but we are going to be talking about Caitlin Hart. Catlin. Sorry. I knew I was getting it wrong.
Yeah, it's a strange name when you first look at it. I thought it was Caitlin, but I've heard them pronounce it as Catlin.
All right, so this is the young man we're looking for. His name is Devlin Tait. This is in Lake Odessa, Michigan. He was last seen on April 21st, 2025. At the time, he was 18 years old. He has recently turned 19, and he was last seen on foot at 8:21 a.m. on April 21st, 2025, after leaving for his daily walk into the town of Lake Odessa, Michigan. Devlin is special needs, requires daily medication, and mentally presents as a 7 or 8-year-old child. He had previously expressed an interest in traveling to Yuma, Arizona, where he has family. The phone he had with him is either turned off or out of battery. Devlin was last seen wearing a black zip-up sweatshirt, a white t-shirt, blue jeans, and black cowboy boots. His family is deeply concerned for his well-being and is urging the public to come forward with, and it kind of cuts off there for some reason, but I'm sure any information. So I'm going to go actually to the more recent update posted by his grandmother, Tamara, who's here in the chat here. So this is what she put up just yesterday. because it goes into a little bit more
Well,
detail.
she explained their relation a little bit better.
Yeah, so the relationship is a little complicated. So, what did she she explained it a bit
Sorry,
in
I
our
lost
chat.
it. Not his
I'm
aunt.
looking
I'm his
Right.
sister/grandma.
Not his aunt. Oh yeah, it's because I got the. It was Tamara. So it's Tamara is the grandmother on the paternal side, if I forgot this correctly, and then Sabrina. So Tamara and Sabrina are the ones that have been the two biggest advocates
Mhm.
for Devlin, and then we're going to play their news clips here in a little bit. Tamara is the father, grandmother on the father's side.
Okay.
Okay, and
I'm
then
trying to comprehend this.
by
Okay.
birth, and I'm going by
The
biological.
grandmother on the father's side biologically.
Yes,
Okay.
and then the sister Sabrina, to the father is the aunt of Devlin.
Okay.
So it's Tamara's daughter. Sabrina is the aunt. And then at some point when he was young, the great grandmother, adopted Devlin.
Okay.
So, so it kind of shifted. So sometimes you'll see people say, "Well, the aunt is now the sister of Devlin," and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So it gets a little bit
Oh,
confusing
sorry.
for that reason, you know.
Oops.
But anyway, but that is essentially the relationship as I understand it. And I got a little confused texting them today when I asked for clarification, and still got confused. But I think that's
I'll
correct.
still probably get it wrong.
Yeah.
So you'll have to correct me.
And then the biological mother, I don't think is in the picture really. Not like where she is
Not,
living with him.
not on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
Right.
And thank you, Uber. Uber says, let's find him and all the missing children. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your super chat. We appreciate it.
So here is Tamara's most recent update. And she, on this Facebook group, by the way, if you are interested in following, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hello, sweet Ashley. Ashley says, who was he living with when he went missing?
With
Tamara.
Tamara and I'm not sure who
Sabrina?
else was actually in the house.
Yes, Tamara says he was living with me.
Yes, I don't know how many people were in the household outside of that, but yeah, with Tamara.
Mhm.
So let me find the name of her Facebook group here too. So
also, I wanted to respond to Real Me Too. Yes, we know Betty is actually in Pennsylvania on the ground with the Catlin. So, and that's awesome that she's there.
oh yes,
Yeah, Betty's there.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
very good, very good. So if you want to follow this after today, where you get the kind of the daily and weekly updates on the Devlin Tait disappearance, help find Devlin Tait on Facebook is their group, and that's the one that's run by the family, by the grandmother and the aunt here. So here's our most recent update, and this goes into more detail. When we first heard the story, there were some rumors that got a little bit twisted, so we didn't have the information quite right, and this clarifies a lot of that. So I'm going to read this here. Today is 10 weeks of Devlin still missing without a trace, vanished from our community here in Lake Odessa. Someone out there knows something, and I wish they would come forward with what they know. I pray that God gives them a conscience and they come forward soon. I talked to Sergeant Detective Hesh this morning. They are working on any and all leads that they get. People say that they aren't doing enough, but what they fail to realize is what they do behind the scenes you don't know about. Not everything is made public knowledge. I pray that they get a solid lead soon. I am proud of my daughter, Sabrina, host cook, for working her butt off and paying back the money. Okay, we'll skip through all that. Let's see. So this gets into the timeline. I wish there was a way to retrace Devlin's steps that day, but unfortunately there isn't without the community's help. We know that he left here at 7:28 a.m. that morning, and I was told around 8 a.m. he was seen around the dumpster behind Family Dollar. I figure he was looking for bottles to take to Carl's to turn in. He was last caught on camera at Carl's at 8:21 a.m., where he bought what they said looked like something to drink and eat. His EBT card hasn't been used since. He then went to the laundromat, according to our brother Matt, to charge his phone. Matt said he was his happy-go-lucky self that day. Devlin had called that morning to talk to Mama, and I can't help but wonder why he didn't stay on the phone long enough for her to get out of the bathroom to talk to her. So I'm guessing she had a missed call.
Mm-hmm.
and then after the disappearance,
The Jersey lady, Lake Odessa, is in Michigan. Lake Odessa, Michigan.
Out of curiosity, Tamara, if you're still here, do you know the time that missed call happened to your mother? Because that of course could be helpful for the timeline. She hasn't talked to him since Easter Sunday. From there, I have no idea where he went. I do know someone said he stopped to pet her dog at about 2:15 to 2:30 p.m. I'm assuming that was up around the trailer park on Tupper Lake Street, as she said he was walking to Sunoco, but he wasn't caught on their cameras. I beg people to please check their cams for that day, but nobody has said that they saw him. And we're going to go through some video and footage and kind of get the landscape. And when I saw it was 2,000 people in the town, I was kind of like, well, I'm not really that surprised that there's nothing on camera, because you kind of imagine it might be more rural where people are all spread out. That's really not the case here. He walked by a lot of homes and businesses, so you would have. It is surprising that not more cameras picked him up. Let's see. He was supposed to be home by 10 p.m. as a curfew. He typically would be home by 6 to 8 p.m. When he wasn't there by 8, they started to get worried. They searched the town. They filed a report. And then everything, of course, escalated from there. So let's go to. So I'm going to go back through that timeline. We're going to retrace his steps also a little later today. But anything about that, Mrs. E or Auntie, before we go on?
Did you mention where he was last pinged? His phone was last pinged. It was on there a little bit further down.
Oh, did it say that on there too? So
Yes.
That was near the trailer park.
Yeah, it was in that.
So that was one detail that we misunderstood or a rumor that but we had believed that he had left his cell phone at the laundromat, but that's not the case. He had gone to the laundromat and charged his phone for a time, is according to the Matt, who's a relative. I guess saw him there, ran into him or something, and then left from there. And reading just kind of about him throughout the last few days, he is not the kind of person that would go anywhere without a cell phone. People he always had that on him. The items in his possession were also a LED flashlight, his cell phone, and a cell phone charger. So that's kind of what was in his, and obviously his EBT card is what seems to have been in his possession. You look at this at first and you think there's a lot of possibilities here. Of course, he's got a variety of special needs. Let's see. I think his aunt said right here somewhere.
Yeah, Ashley, I agree. Ashley says it sounds like Jonathan, and I never did remember, I don't remember how to pronounce his name. Hoang in Washington. Do you remember?
Somebody said that there might be a sighting
of him
today. I saw someone message us on Facebook and said that the sisters are organizing a search for tomorrow because there might be a potential sighting.
Well, that for Jonathan?
Hoang. I think that was it.
Hoang. Yeah, I didn't know how. I was worried I was mispronouncing it. I'm so bad at pronunciation.
Let me see if that's who it was.
That's amazing.
I think it was on our. Oh no, it was on our Facebook.
Yeah, other people. SL says they saw that too. So, well, wow. Well, if anything, we hear anything about that, we'll share it on our community page. Or X or somewhere like that. Probably our community page.
Yeah, I maybe I didn't see it there. I saw it somewhere, but I guess that is true. That is they're
SL is saying that is saw that also. So okay. You're not crazy. You did see it.
Okay, so good. Hopefully there is some good news there, and that'll be successful.
Oh, and Tanya doesn't understand how they cannot trace the phone. Did you want to explain?
Yeah, so that's maybe the toughest thing about this whole situation is his age. Because he is 18.
Well, he's 19 now.
Right. So he's an adult age, and he went before a judge at a point to determine whether or not he could live independently or not, and the judge determined that he was capable of making his own decisions. So he didn't need conservatorship or guardianship,
Yeah,
however they frame that in Michigan.
conservatorship is a big deal.
It is, because you're basically signing someone's rights away for life to someone else, so that it's not something they do lightly.
Right.
And my understanding, you try to get a sense of how someone's special needs affects them, because you don't know him.
Right.
You don't know if he's prone to eloping, wandering, if he can, concepts of money, all that kind of stuff. So because you're trying to figure out, would he have been the type that he could go to the order an Uber and leave town, or could he drive? Could he?
Right.
Would he understand how to go to a train station and buy a ticket to wherever he wanted to go? Like, you don't know, without knowing him personally, what his cognitive ability might be. So,
actually, Nicey Mary had a question. So the phone was left behind charging. Actually, no, that's a misconception.
Yeah. So they have not located the phone, and it last pinged.
It was in the trailer park.
Yeah.
Oh, and Tamara says, my brother was on the phone with around 9 a.m. with Devlin.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't there and saw him. He talked to him, and he was probably telling him, hey, I'm at the laundromat, I'm charging my phone, that kind of thing.
And Devlin, Lisa, hi, Lisa B, always welcome in. Devlin is a vulnerable adult, in my opinion. I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, it's so the difficult situation.
And thank you, sweet Melissa, for being a member for 9 months. That's amazing. She says, so sad young people are going missing so often. I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweet Melissa.
Right.
We appreciate you.
There are a lot of stories. You can't give them all your attention.
Ashley asked, did they live in the trailer park? Was that where they lived? Was he in the
Where
neighborhood?
it was pinged?
Yes.
I don't know. I did not look up their home address.
I don't believe he lives there.
No,
I didn't think so either.
But I'm sure Tamara can help us with that.
I'm going to pull up the map here, because I think this might help too.
No, we do not live in the trailer park, she said. So but that's where the last ping was in the trailer park, that they think his phone died shortly after that last ping.
So if I move my mouse around on the map, can you all see?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So,
but it's kind of small. Right. I'm going to make it full screen, take us off, so it's a little bit bigger. Now move your mouse around.
All right. So can we see like this?
Yes. Yeah, if you do it slowly.
Okay. I'm going to walk us through this a little bit later too, but just for now, so we kind of have an idea. When they talked about this Family Dollar, where he was at the dumpster around 8 a.m., they think he might have been like looking for, I guess he would look for like soda cans or something to turn in for money.
Oh,
he would do like
girl mom says, was he on disability? I believe he was.
He had an EBT card. Yes. So I think so. But back here somewhere off this street, there was a Family Dollar that someone reported seeing him around that dumpster around 8 a.m. The only time that he's been caught on camera that morning is over here at Carl's Supermarket.
Okay.
So this is the last real confirmed hardcore. We know exactly where he was sighting. He came out of the Carl's Supermarket, spent about $12 on his card. The cameras couldn't show exactly what he bought, but it looked like maybe like a sandwich and a drink, something like that.
Okay. And Tamara says he does know someone in the trailer park, his old paraprofessional.
Okay.
Probably a therapist lives there.
A parapro would be like an assistant in the classroom too. It could be.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like he knew everybody in town. Like a lot of people knew who he was,
right?
It's a tight knit community, it seems. So then so from here, that laundromat is up on this street, on 2nd Street. Okay, so where he might have been charging the phone.
Okay,
and then I think I have to zoom out now. Yeah, so I'll go up here. So a little further up. They think, if we're not sure about this lady that saw him pet the dog. He was a animal lover. He loves animals and that kind of thing. So a lady said that he asked to pet her dog sometime around 2:15, 2:30 that afternoon. And they think that probably happened somewhere on this street, on Tupper Lake Street, which has, I think somewhere around here is the trailer park.
Okay.
And then she believed he was on his way to Sunoco, the gas station, which is on this corner.
Okay.
So he kind of made a square.
Okay. All on foot.
Yeah, all on foot. So I'm going to zoom back out here a bit.
Girl Mom has a suggestion. Hi, Girl Mom. If he is on disability, I would reach out to Social Security because those are deposited in accounts. I would notify the bank and see if there has been any activity.
He hasn't had any activity on the EBT card.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm going to get back to what the problem is.
Sorry.
Here. Oh no, it's okay. It's just a lot. We're all trying to get it all at once. And
she did say also he was not on Social Security, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he was not on Social Security.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. And Deborah, we're not trying to ignore anybody. So you are welcome here. Everybody's welcome here. As long as you are kind to each other in chat, you are welcome to be here, and don't say disrespectful, rude things. We're good. All is welcome.
No, you're all welcome here.
I look back, I don't see any comments. So if we missed you, we're sorry. I don't see a comment from you, Deborah.
Yeah, I mean, it's impossible really to read every comment especially when we're presenting a brand new story. And once I kind of get into it, I'm trying to make sure I've got the details right. But we're pretty interactive with our audience. We try to
we'll take breaks and kind of look at chat and talk.
But yeah, we certainly it's almost impossible to read every comment.
But like I said, I just checked back. I don't have. That's the first comment I'm seeing of hers, so it may have not come through on our end.
So that is kind of that's the map of the town there and what happened in that way. And what was I saying before? I was going to go. It's the age issue. So that's the problem. So they can't get subpoenas for his phone because he's 18. He's been declared able to make his own decisions. So, the situation with the family was he kind of paid his own bills, and, he paid for his phone. His phone's in his own name.
Mm-hmm.
He knows his own passwords. So when they've tried to subpoena, to see, who is he talking to? Who has he called? Social media messaging, they've had difficulty accessing that because a judge won't grant it. And that's been one of the big debates that happened on their Facebook page. People upset about that.
Mm-hmm.
But the flip side of that is just that, so this is what it comes down to, Uber Fubar. This is the argument. People are saying, but doesn't being missing make a difference? And what they're saying is that it's not a crime. A crime has not been, there's no proof of a crime.
Mm-hmm.
There may have been a crime.
But if someone's reported missing and the people that they lived with don't see them, that is grounds for getting a subpoena to check their phone status to see if it's ping. I mean, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't care what the judge says. That doesn't make sense. They do it all the time when someone is reported missing, and they're 90% of the time they're adults that are reported missing. And that's the first thing they do is look for their phone.
Right.
But see, here's Ashley's making the point. You can legally go missing if you choose to once you're an adult.
Exactly.
So what if you want to be missing? What if you want to walk away from life? Well, then you don't have to tell people that you're leaving. You're an adult. You can make legal decisions. So for a judge to say, yeah, we're going to subpoena all of his phone records and hand it over to the family, you're violating his like Fourth Amendment rights.
But you don't have to hand it over to the family. The police can investigate and check his status and check his phone records without handing it over to anyone but the police if he's reported missing.
That's just the issue, though.
There you go, Lisa.
That's just the issue.
That's his photo right there. She said, can we see his photo so we know what he looks like? Yes, that's his photo right there. We have also shared his photo on our X community post in YouTube and on Facebook.
And actually, there's a little video of him also. I wanted to share that too, because I kind of think video helps to kind of get a sense of what people actually look like. Because like the photos, the two-dimensional,
mm-hmm.
Do
you want to put that back up, the map? Or are you good?
No, I'll do the map again later.
Okay, I've got it down there. Okay.
So which did you put up his picture?
I did.
Okay.
We're over to the side now, and his picture's kind of forefront.
So this was shared by the family on the Facebook group for him, and this was him at it's actually on the map.
You're okay? Hold
on. Is it up?
It is now. You'll have to make it big though, because it's tiny on here.
All right. One day I'll get the hang of all this. Is that better?
Yeah. Oh, that's huge. Yes.
All right. So this was like a local music venue that they have, and this is Devlin in the red sweatshirt there.
There you go. Okay. We're guessing it's in C minor.
C minor?
Yeah. Song called This Is God's Country?
Yep. This one horse tale leaves a gold dirt road to a whole lot of nothing. The deed to the land, but it ain't my gun. This is God's country. Drain the rain and think it's when it's falling. 'Cause it brings the grain and a whole bit of money. Put it back in the plate. 'Cause that's why I call it God's country. Saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back on the 40 on a muddy riverside, and baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Heave by the sun.
So that kind of gives us an idea there. So so that was like that seems pretty recent because he seems like he's at least in his late teens there. So that's probably in the last year or so, I think. So that's Devlin there, and so I'm going to play also just the.
And Girl Mom says a private investigator would probably be able to help since he is legally of age to be on his own.
So I think they have a private investigator now. They were talking about it on the Facebook group.
Priceless moments. That's right, Tanya.
Yeah, I know. So I think they do have a PI working on the case now, and this seems like the perfect kind of case to get one because my thinking is that at this point you almost want somebody that can go door to door through town and say, hey, can we like even just like not only like ring cams and stuff like that, but just talk to people and say, did you happen to take pictures around town on the day he went missing? Because I was thinking of this today, like, people are taking selfies, taking pictures, they have dash cam, don't think about
that's a great idea.
Might be in the background, or anything. So you go door to door and just see who might know something. And there's people that aren't on social media or watch television.
That's right.
So there are people in town that probably, as big a story as it is there, may not know that he's who he is or what his story is.
Thank you for being here, Lacey Pear True Crime. She says, thank you for covering this.
Yeah,
we appreciate
Lacey Pear. So what I'd like to do next, there are at least 3 interviews that the family has done on the local news. Looks like they got a lot of coverage kind of in that first or second week, and then it kind of tapered off with media coverage, and that's unfortunately kind of how that goes. So there's I think there's a lot to learn from these. So I want to go do that here in a second.
Hey, Aunt E, will you look in our back chat?
All right. So this is woodtv.com, channel 8, I guess right there, and kind of outside of Grand Rapids. That's the closest big town, it seems, Grand Rapids, Michigan.
I'm getting angry again.
All right, so I think this is it here.
It's fruit fly.
Devlin, if you can hear this, we love you. We miss you. Just at least let us know that you're okay.
40 days without answers after a Lake Odessa teen vanished. The Ionia County Sheriff's Office says 19-year-old Devlin Tait was last seen on April 21st. News 8's Adriana Doria spoke with Devlin's family as their search for answers continues.
Still lost.
Definitely. It's gut-wrenching, not knowing.
The search for Devlin Tait continues, and his family's cry for help.
Still worried. My thoughts and emotions still have not changed. I'm still thinking that there's more to this situation than what's actually being said.
Monday, May 26th was Devlin's 19th birthday. His family spent it without him as they enter day 40 after his disappearance.
I'm lost at which way to look.
Devlin's cousin and sister say that Devlin was last seen on surveillance video at Carl's Market downtown. They say he's diagnosed with cerebral palsy, autism, Tourette's, and fetal alcohol syndrome, making his disappearance even more concerning.
It's not like Devlin to go this long without communication. It's not like Devlin to
not even be on social media at all.
And not only that, but not to, whether it be with us or to my grandma, but to at least reach out.
In the days and weeks since his disappearance, Sabrina and Tamara have taken to the community, law enforcement, and social media for answers. They have fundraised enough money to offer a $6,000 reward for anyone who helps bring him home.
And Devlin, if you can hear this, we love you. We miss you. Just at least let us know that you're okay.
Sabrina says as the time goes by, it's been hard to move on, not knowing if Devlin is safe and okay.
So I start 2 jobs this week.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like I'm doing wrong because I feel like I'm moving on with my life without him.
Oh.
And I feel like I'm not supposed to.
So now they are holding out hope for a positive outcome, hoping to see Devlin home again soon.
Keep hoping that he'll knock on the door. Let him in. Or he'll come walking through the door when it's open. We want the prayers to keep pouring in for him and the support. Everybody knew him. And the list goes on.
Yeah. And we all miss him.
All right, so me,
well, that got me teary-eyed. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Nicey Marie would like to know what his favorite color is.
I was guessing blue because that's what the hearts that
Panda Bear said she just picked it.
She just picked it. She said, yeah.
Okay,
because
Sebastian's
kind of represented by green.
I kind of asked them because they were very gracious with their time with me, answering questions and everything. And
very sweet.
They've been great the last couple of days talking with me. Any question I asked, they basically answered. But I didn't ask what his favorite color was because I just assumed blue. Actually, is what I thought. But
no,
I
she
did ask.
Explained it. You just probably blanked it out.
Okay.
He gets in his head, guys.
But so okay. So Tamara says here, there are videos of him singing on my Facebook page. I love watching them. He loved to sing. He is very missed.
Oh.
Yeah. So some of the things they said, he's some of his favorite things are fishing, big animal lover, very active in his church too, and very outgoing from everything I hear. So just a very friendly, outgoing kind of person, which that's of course one of the concerns is that him being outgoing might have made him vulnerable to a stranger. If you're looking at what could have happened here at this point, kind of everything's possible, I suppose, but you're looking at either an accident, a slip and a fall into a creek or something along those lines, got lost, or some kind of foul play, whether it's a stranger or someone he knew, or he left on his own.
Is there any chance that he could have been hitchhiking or being transported because he wanted to go, they said, to Arizona? Is there a chance that he headed there?
I know that they've been trying to get awareness in Yuma, Arizona for sightings of him, like on the Facebook groups and that kind of thing. So that the family's been, because I went and just kind of read through the whole timeline of their Facebook group, and so it's kind of see the steps they took, and it's been interesting. Like they started out with just with the Facebook group a few days later, and then it started. They started trying to raise the reward money. That it went from $500 to $1,000. That somebody matched with another $1,000, and then they started doing bake sales and selling T-shirts to try to increase that reward. And now I think it's up to $6,000 now, and they're looking at raising more money to pay for PIs, and it looks like maybe a PI has volunteered some time, and sometimes they do that. Sometimes a PI will do some pro bono work like that.
Yes.
So I'm not sure which way that went.
Karen says they have done 3 checks at his bio mom's and he wasn't there.
That's a long distance to travel, though.
Yes, it is.
So
yeah, a lot of places you can be in between here and there. So
yeah, even if he was trying to make his way,
right, a lot of places.
Yes.
And if he hasn't used his EBT card, that's kind of telling too.
So yeah, the issue with him trying to go on his own
Mhm.
is that he either switched phones or chose to leave a phone behind, tossing it into a lake.
No.
This seems like the kind of person that's really attached to the phone. Um, and he didn't take medication with him. You'd have to stockpile that somehow, and unless he was just planning on going cold turkey on whatever medicines he was on. He has a few different disorders, so I'm sure there's a few things he has a cerebral palsy, mild autism. I think is how they said he was kind of on the higher functioning with autism.
Well,
Tourette's.
It was my understanding, and I might be wrong, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought he also had a chromosomal deletion,
Yes,
like Sebastian.
That too, a chromosomal disorder.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's the exact
I
same.
thought it was a deletion disorder. I don't know.
It's in a text here somewhere, but it is a chromosomal issue of some kind. Yes.
This is a good idea. Lisa B always says, where are the people located, the area of town that had been known to bully Devlin? That's also a good avenue to investigate, I would think.
I would hope that this is number one priority on the detectives list and the PI's list.
Yes.
So we hadn't talked about this bullying issue yet. So I asked for a little clarification. We'd heard that there was some bullying going on from people that he had gone to school with in the past. And
I'm going to put us over to the side so everybody can see Devlin really well.
Perfect. So apparently what had been happening is at some point, Devlin made the mistake of putting his phone number on Facebook because he does like odd jobs, so, he likes to pick up odd,
good for him,
part-time work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess he put his phone number up, and some of these people from school were pranking him and having him do odd jobs and sending him on like wild goose chases and then not paying him, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So some kind of like cruel prank, which is
awful.
And Karen said it was high school boys that were bullying him.
Apparently some girls too.
Okay. Was he still in school as far as being enrolled, or had he graduated? Or was he still attending high school? Because I know some kids can attend a little bit longer. I kind of wondered about that.
That I don't know. The family says they've identified many of the bullies, but some of them they have not.
Okay.
That's what the grandmother and the
and I'm sure he was out for summer regardless. But I was just wondering if he was still enrolled in school and when he finished school. And Tamara did say there was at least one girl involved in the bullying as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, and the reason that's interesting to me as somewhere you got to check out is that is such a level of cruelty. That is so, you have such a low moral code to do that to a special needs person, someone is a special needs person, to go send them and do things like that. There's a level of sadism or something in that most people don't have. Most people don't have that. Even when you're young, even if you're 8, and you're stupid and make dumb mistakes, I don't think that's a level of cruelty that even most young people don't have, even when they're being foolish, to do that to a special needs person that you've known probably most of your life, actually. That's so sadistic and evil that it would make me wonder what else they might have been capable of. Did they send him on some dangerous job?
Mm-hmm. Something that he could have hurt himself doing.
Yeah, it made me wonder, whatever these odd jobs were, where they were sending him on these, taking advantage of his naivete or whatever. Could they have sent him somewhere dangerous where he got hurt and they don't want to say anything now because it's their fault that he got in a situation? Or did they take the pranks even further? For whatever reason, if they targeted him, those are people you've got to look at first. And when people go missing, a lot of people's instinct, of course, is to think a stranger, but it's usually people It's usually a neighbor, somebody from church, family member, teacher, whatever. It's usually people if you disappear, if there's foul play, right? Very rarely is it a stranger.
And somebody was asking for names of these people that were bullying. Really, especially if they're minors, those names cannot be given out, and the family's not going to do that. So I would suggest not requesting those, because that's not, that's for the police to look into, and not individuals.
Yeah, actually, even if people in the chat know these names, I prefer you not to post them if you don't mind,
Right.
because I don't want to put a target on somebody like that. Let's let the PIs and the detectives do that work. But I think that certainly, if you think there's a foul play issue, which I think that at this point, that's what they're both suspecting, is that he got in a car or something with someone around that area. Yeah. And yeah, so this is actually something else. Lisa Durr says, how can his phone die at the trailer park after he charged it at the laundromat? So I wonder, well, it was the last ping they got, and now they can't locate it.
Well, and they could have shut the phone off if the person had it in the trailer park and they didn't want it traced. It's once they took it there and it pinged, they could have turned the phone off, and as long as it doesn't come back on, it's not going to ping there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're looking at all bodies of water around there. I know they've done the big searches. They said they had 7 canines, they had drones, they had people on horseback. I mean, they've been doing organized, community searches, picking like a certain park. We're going to go look today, that kind of thing. They've done all those things, so I'm sure they're looking at water, because that's obviously a possibility. But if he went into the water, his phone would die with him, or if somebody harmed him, they might have chucked his phone into a lake or pond or something too. So it's strange. It's a strange situation. I guess best case scenario is he chose to leave for some reason and is safe somewhere, or is I guess that's probably your best hope. But it doesn't seem like that's his personality. It seems like he was pretty rigid in his routines. And okay, Tamara does say that he was not in school. Okay, yeah, so he'd already graduated. Well, thank you, Lacey Pear True Crime. We appreciate you becoming a member here. Welcome to the Crime Dogs. So you can see why we've thought this was all really interesting. I want to go through the other 2 interviews here too. So let me pull this one.
Tamara said he had dropped out of school.
Okay.
So if he wasn't in school anymore, he probably had less exposure to these bullies, except for them having his number and sending him on the jobs. It wasn't like he was being bullied at school. That's what I was kind of wondering, is, what the reference of bullying was. But it sounds like they were just like giving him fake jobs.
So all of these interviews are a little bit different. So that's why I wanted to play each one, because and plus I always like to look at what the family and everybody says as close to the disappearance as possible, because our memories get worse over time. So the details are usually more accurate the closer to the event.
Right.
I break.
Oh, I know. I've broke quite a few times.
Something that can't be helped.
It's something Tamara Host and Sabrina Cook say they never thought would happen in their small community of Lake Odessa.
It's heartbreaking, not knowing where he's at or how he is.
On April 21st, their loved one, Devlin Tait, vanished.
It's just important for us to find him because we love him. And it's not like him to be gone for so long.
He was last seen at Carl's supermarket, and ever since his disappearance, the family has been working hand in hand with law enforcement and have even taken to social media in search of answers, hoping someone comes forward with information. They've even conducted search parties.
I'm not going to stop looking. I'm not going to give up, because it's not who I am, for one, and for two, I have a strong devotion to my nephew.
Devlin may be just shy of 19 years old, but his family says he's much younger mentally. He's diagnosed with cerebral palsy, ADHD, Tourette's, and fetal alcohol syndrome, and is without his vital medication.
Somebody out there has to know something, and they're just not coming forward. I wish they would.
Every day that passes is another day the family is left wondering where he is and if he's safe, saying they won't stop until he's back at home where he belongs.
There's power in prayer. We got a lot of people praying.
The family is offering a $1,000 reward for finding Devlin. Right now, the Ionia County Sheriff's Office says there's no updates on the case, but they are accepting leads. If you know anything about where Devlin might be, contact local law enforcement.
And that reward's now higher, isn't it, Mr. E?
It is. Yeah, so it's up to $6,000 now, last I saw. So one more of these is, I should have said the last station too. So the last, who is this? Channel 10 News, WILX, and then this one is WZZM 13. And this is the last of the interviews that I think we've got here. If I can
Absolutely, Tamara. Tamara says, I don't want people to go vigilante on anyone. Exactly. We need to leave that up to the police and detectives and those searching for him. We do not want people going out questioning others.
Yeah, it's dangerous at this point too, because, well, I mean, it could be dangerous.
Yes,
the false accusations and all of that.
Yeah,
right.
They say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but they never
Well,
said
of course.
anything about adding to it.
Right.
The Invesco QQQ.
I'm gonna at
Well,
least mute it. So
you're getting so good. I'm proud of
I
you.
know. I'm a tech wizard now.
Let's not go that far.
All right. So is it okay? Here we go.
A teenager is hoping someone knows where he is. Devlin Tait was last seen April 21st on surveillance video at Carl's Market downtown. 13 on your side's Kiara Patterson spoke with his family. She joins us now with the latest, Kiara.
Juliet, Devlin's family says his disappearance has been a complete shock, and they're hoping someone can help bring him home.
Heartbreaking and gut-wrenching.
That's how 18-year-old Devlin Tait's family describes the past week and a half.
Our family is going through a living hell that I wouldn't wish on nobody.
It was supposed to be just another Monday. Devlin, a routine walker, left home for a trip to the store. But this time, he never returned.
I didn't think anything of it really until like 10 o'clock hit, and then I was like super worried, especially when I went to places and couldn't find him. Then my heart just sank.
Sabrina Cook says her nephew was last seen the morning of April 21st on surveillance video at Carl's Market in downtown Lake Odessa. He's 6 feet tall, weighs 170 pounds, and was wearing a black sweatshirt, white t-shirt, jeans, and cowboy boots.
He's got a goofy personality, brown hair.
He's well known in the community. He frequents Buddies on the Beach, Carl's, Penny's Pizzeria, the laundromat.
Devlin is diagnosed with autism, cerebral palsy, Tourette's, and fetal alcohol syndrome. He's now been without his critical medication for over a week. His family is working closely with police, but with no solid leads. They're asking the public to check security cameras and report anything that could help. With his 19th birthday just weeks away, his family is holding on to hope that he'll soon be found.
Devlin's birthday's in 25 days, and I hope that he's home before then. We can only hope that he's still alive, that he's okay.
And if you have any information about Devlin, you're asked to contact.
All right. So that is the last of the interviews.
Someone asked, what was his demeanor when he left? I guess wanting to know if he was upset in any way, or if it was just a normal day, nothing out of the unusual.
The only thing I heard about mood was the relative named Matt that talked to him on the phone around 9 o'clock when he was at the laundromat. Said he was in a happy-go-lucky mood, was how it was described to me.
And Tamara also said, she said, because talking about his phone, because it was broke as he dropped it, and so it didn't like to hold a charge. That's why he had to charge it frequently. And we were asking about the phone earlier.
I'm sorry, Auntie. I was switching screens there. Was that question for me?
No, it was just, she was saying that he had dropped his phone and it wasn't holding a charge. That's why it had to be charged very frequently. It wasn't holding a charge very well. So it's possible that he could have charged it, and then a short time later, it still need charging again.
My son's phone's like that right now. It drains like middle-y. His phone drains all the time.
Mm-hmm. You have to check the battery capacity, because they definitely go down pretty quickly. After about 3 years, they're done.
You know, while I'm thinking about it, there was a rumor. There were a few rumors that I wanted to dispel. That there. Unfortunately,
real quick,
yes.
Big Dreams, Tiny Budget says, did they ping his phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of up in the area where that lady. It seems like somewhere in that area where that Sunoco on that street, north of where he was caught coming out of Carl's. One of the things that I guess one of the rumors was that the family was not allowing access to search on their property. They were saying that's not true. The canine crews, all the detectives, everybody was allowed access. And that was just one of those kind of, this is, all of these cases happen this way with these missing people when there's not any answers after a while.
All these rumors come out.
The rumors come out. So it's got, I mean, I've read some of it. There's a lot of real nasty stuff, of course, out there going on, and people are looking at the family and things get exaggerated or taken out of context. And because people just want answers. And of course, everyone, they look at the family members first. But so that's why I wanted to play those interviews. And then I wanted to pull up Deception Detective here.
And if you are a fan of our show, we are a fan of the Deception Detective.
Yeah. So this is, if there's, of all of the things Deception Detective has done, his missing child presser interview checklist is probably my favorite. I think I've referenced this like 10 times over the last year because it is so accurate. But this is the checklist of if you're looking at a parent and wanting to know, did they have any involvement in the disappearance? Are they showing? These are the 7 things that you are looking for, right? So number 1 is present tense. And they do talk about, if you go back and listen to these 3 interviews, they both refer to him in the present tense throughout. Are they cooperative? They have clearly been cooperative. They've been even more than cooperative. They are proactive. They are out there organizing, conducting searches, doing bake sales, putting up signs. They could not have been any kinder or more gracious to me. Because I didn't even want to really ask them a lot of questions because you just don't want to bother people. They're getting inundated with stuff. And, but there was not a question that I sent them that they did not have an answer to. Inconclusive, which they are inconclusive. They don't know what happened to him. They don't know if he's alive or if he's out there. Because the idea being is if they say, well, we believe he was kidnapped, we believe he ran away, they don't know. And so if somebody's conclusive, that often indicates that they are trying to push a narrative when they know what actually happened. Addresses the kidnapper. They haven't done that, at least not in these 3 short interviews, but they did address the child. Tamara did that a couple of times in these interviews where she asked for him to, reach out, and they are pleading for help. And every interview has asked them to call 911. And they post these kind of things on their own social media almost daily, or at least every couple of days. There is something that they're putting out there. And then another thing that is similar to Seth Rogers to these folks is in at least 1 or 2 of these interviews, they're wearing the T-shirts, with his face. So that in itself is a call to action,
right?
So they're a walking billboard for the person that you are trying to find. So for that reason, for all those reasons, and just really kind of common sense on all of this, we don't think that there's any kind of involvement from the family. Well, I hope that that tapers off. There will always be some of that because that's just human nature. People will, point and accuse. But this is the they met 6 out of these 7 items here, just in those 3 kind of short edited interviews. And then even if you didn't believe that, just the body language. I mean, you can see it all over the grandmother's face that she's in it. I mean, she's in a, in a painful place. You can see it all in her eyes. So anyway, they've been very active, and hopefully some of, because you need to, everyone wants answers, but we need to look in the correct direction. And that they're not the place to look. The place to be looking right now is the other possibilities, either some kind of accident where he got lost, slipped, took a fall, a ravine, a lake, something tragic like that, or that someone has done something awful to him on purpose, whether they knew him or not, or that he left on his own for some unknown reason. And the two big ways I see that, I guess there's actually three ways. One is you actually just physically find him if he's deceased. One would be that someone saw something that day or caught something on camera, heard a rumor, has talked to someone, knows something. He had a conversation. He talked about something, he was thinking about something. Somebody's got a little piece of information. I think that's true. Case could break open with that. Or they find a way to get into his social media. And since they don't know his passcodes, they can't get these subpoenas through. I'm not sure. Hopefully your PI's got some clever ideas and thoughts about ways to access his social media. I mean, at the very least, you could find out whatever social media accounts he has, see who his subscribers are, who he follows, who follows him, and maybe kind of go from there. But that's the way my head's thinking. Is that what? Do you have any other thoughts about where you would go investigating wise?
I mean, you covered. You kind of covered everything. Rilby 2 says Devlin faced so many challenges in his life and certainly didn't deserve any of this. Absolutely. Let's see.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like as long as they feel like the police are actively working on it, I think you have to also let them work on talking to the bullies, talking to people in the town, interviewing people. I think the best thing you can do is to continue to frequent the places that he frequented, drive around, have local searches in hopes that he's in the area still. I think that's a big thing that can be done without too much expense on the family's part or volunteers, that kind of thing. That's kind of where I would continue to look, I think, if it were me.
All right. So I want to go back. Yeah, I think you're right too.
A couple things real quick.
Sure.
Let's see. Karen asked, I heard, and it could be a rumor, that the family reported to the police that he was a runaway. Is that true? I do not know. Do you know?
I don't know. Maybe that's what they believed at first. I don't know.
And then Al Henry's here. Hi, Al Henry.
Hi, Al Henry.
See, I didn't do AI Henry. It says, who's the fellow that just got arrested for unaliving his wife? I believe that is the Caitlin
Harp. Yeah.
Is it
Caitlin?
Caitlin. I did it right the first time. Caitlin Harp case. And we're going to be talking about that tonight. So please come join us.
Yeah.
And that also could be the Barry Morphew case, but he's been arrested for a few days. This one was brand new yesterday.
There's actually a guy out in Texas too. So, I mean, unfortunately, there's a few.
Yes, there's a few.
Yeah.
But I think you're probably thinking of Harp.
Vincent Harp.
Vincent Harp. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to pull this map back up, and we're going to go through this route a little bit here. So if you weren't here earlier, just going to kind of refresh our memory. We think he kind of made a little square. Sure, I got this.
And Diane, Summer Halder says, do we know if every trailer in that park was searched?
I know they've done a lot of searches. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ashley, I agree that trailer park is the first place. Yeah.
Okay, so there's Carl's. It went away for me for some reason.
Ashley says, I'm stuck on that trailer park, and I agree with her.
So over here on the right is Marco's Pizza, where the Family Dollar is nearby. He then ends up over here at Carl's Supermarket at 821. So 8 o'clock over here at Dollar General or Family Dollar.
And that's if the person that saw him pet the dog is sure that it was him.
Yeah, we're not sure.
Uber it says, can you do a highlight of his journey on the map, please? I don't think you can. Like, he's not that technical.
No, but we're going to do a video of the route.
Yes.
Up here is the laundromat, And then over here, where's that Tupper Lane? Yeah, Tupper Lake Street up here. They think he might have petted that dog somewhere along this road or in one of these neighborhoods, if that's even true. And then this was the destination that lady said he was going, which is a Sunoco on that street. So here's, I'm going to do the,
Where?
So there's the Family Dollar that he was doing something near a dumpster in the back. And then he made his way west to Carl's Market.
I didn't even know Family Dollar still existed.
Oh,
yeah. There's one near my house.
Oh, yeah?
We've got one out here somewhere.
We do?
I've never been to it.
So this is really the last 100% confirmed sighting because he's on videos at Carl's Market at 8:21. And then the laundromat, which is a little bit north of the market,
It's a nice
where he would have charged
laundromat.
his phone.
It is nice.
Yeah, it is.
Very clean.
And then the Sunoco, which they say they don't catch him on camera.
That's kind of concerning to me that the lady said that's where he was headed. And, you know, gas stations have cameras all over. So if they never caught him, that it's concerning that, you know, that she may have been mistaken. It wasn't him.
Right. So, you know, if you're kind of guessing, you know, the disappearance likely happened somewhere. Oh, I forgot to share it.
Do you have
somewhere
a picture
up here?
Do you have a picture of the trailer park, or where is the trailer park on the map?
I asked about that, and it doesn't seem that there's like an official name of the trailer park, but that it's on Tupper Lake Street somewhere.
So maybe he was continuing down Tupper.
But we're going to go on a drive.
There it is. I see it.
You do?
Lakewood Estates Manufactured Homes. It's in the pink, down Tupper toward the end. See the pink writing?
Okay, so the phone pinged somewhere around here.
Yes, so he would have been close to that station, but that's the it says manufactured housing, so that must mean that's a trailer park.
I bet you're right. I bet that's it.
Yep.
So let's kind of zoom in there a little bit. So there's that. The Sunoco is actually on the map right there.
Yes, you can see it.
He was heading this direction, and then somewhere out in here is where his phone pinged.
Is that close to any bodies of water?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, down here.
I mean,
and you got a little inlet going to the main lake because this is like a little lake town, you know.
Is it possible for you to do, instead of the street, to do the geography? Can you click on that right hand thing and show? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
You see on the right hand of the map, there's a little picture.
The little picture, it looks like a little field.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ooh, we could do
there
this.
you go.
Oh boy. So where am I?
He's learning, guys. He's learning.
Which corner?
You can
am I on
actually
here?
take your yes and go in a circle.
So we're on Tupper Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what.
You can go back and if you need to get back to the map to get where you want to go, you can go left at the see left there.
Okay, so we could pull up.
You could click that again, and it'll go back to that. It should. Did you click it? Okay, I can help you in a minute. Do you want me to help you?
Say if he could go down to where the manufactured homes, the trailer park was.
Okay, I think I can figure something out here.
How interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Am I in
there? Uber, I bet you are more techie than he is.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I bet.
So I guess I'm in the manufactured home area now, right?
Okay, there you go. Look at that. Fancy.
Oh, there's
It
some
looks
guys
very well maintained.
Sorry, guy, doing your gardening back there.
Very, very well maintained area.
But this is not exactly where I want to be. I really want to be more like right here. So here's Tupper Street.
Tupper, is it called Tupper Lane or
And
Tupper
there's
Lake?
so there's the entrance to that manufactured home area. So he would have been walking east this direction. Cell phone disappears somewhere out there, or his last pinged somewhere in this area. Then you kind of got like a wooded in a field.
Mm-hmm.
And then that'd be going back towards, I'm assuming, the Sunoco. Okay, won't let me do that. So,
Do you
I mean,
know
it doesn't look like a dangerous area.
No, it doesn't. It looks very
looks
nice, little rural area.
Yeah.
Ashley said, have searches been done there? I mean, I think they've had searches.
They've done because on their Facebook groups there were several like, "Hey, we're meeting at so and so store to start our search at the," and I don't know the names of the different parks and places they're searching.
Karen
but
said
they've done
Mandy
several.
Lane in the trailer park is where it hit. Mandy Lane.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're getting even more
There we are. There's Mandy Lane.
So maybe it'll let me go there.
I don't
All
see
right.
how you see that, Aunt E. I can't see that at all.
I blow it up.
So here was Tupper Lake down here. So just north of that up here is where we're at, Mandy Lane. Well, obviously,
I mean,
man.
I can't get over how nice and neat it is.
I know.
Very well manicured, area. It looks very good.
Yeah, this is I mean, I was just kind of reading about like
Okay, Karen said she heard the dog took them to a certain place in the trailer park.
Oh.
They did say they got a scent hit up there, somewhere in the trailer park. So, yeah, I forgot to mention that part. That was one of the questions they answered for me today.
So they did have a hit.
They did get a hit up here in the trailer park somewhere.
And
on his scent.
Al was asking if there's anything new on Jack and Lily. Yeah, there's stuff going on with Jack and Lily. It's kind of crazy right now that I haven't even discussed with these two. But there's some craziness going on.
I've been kind of like for the last 2 days completely in this story, trying to figure this thing out.
He's been
and
researching
I was
this.
I was doing the Catlin case, and I've been digging into that one. So we've all been in different directions.
And I've been responsible for thumbnails. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Makes me sound like I'm insignificant.
And the gas station is pronounced Sunoco.
So
I always called it Sunco.
I know this is all tedious work, but I mean, the next thing you'd be doing is you want to find out everybody in this little park.
I'd be going door to door in this park.
Find out if
I would be
anybody's
showing
on any
pictures. I would be going door to door. I would say this is where, especially in the area that they caught the scent and the ping. And I would be doing some deep diving into that area.
I mean, and he knows I mean, he probably knows half this town.
You're right, Ashley. Someone in that trailer park holds the answer, I think.
Yes.
I think you're right.
And like I said, it kind of reminds me of two brothers that used to be in our town. Everybody in town knew them. Everybody. I mean, it was rare that they met a stranger that didn't know them. I'm sure that if Devlin was in the area, always walking around doing odd jobs for people, probably almost everyone knew him.
Ooh, Ashley.
Interesting. Man, that's a really, and in the other video, this is a beautiful little town, just on a side note.
Yeah, it is. It's
I mean,
cute
this is
to me.
It's supposed to be a great like fishing and hiking kind of place. And
I'm a
it's just
little
really
scared
nice.
of Ashley on a side note. She said, Google each lot number. It'll tell you who lives there. Cross-reference with his social media.
I mean, if it's me, and I mean, I know it's tedious work, but that's what you have to do. This is where the cell phone disappeared and his scent was there. You got to go through this whole neighborhood and have yourself like a spreadsheet.
Right.
With
Checking
everybody.
The Real Me Too says, I bet there's more than one involved. You could be right.
And if any of these bullies live up in here, if that turns out to be true, then there's your big red flag. May not be the bullies, but man, that's where I'd be looking. But that's the only way to do it. And it's tedious work, but the detectives you have there in town, they've got stuff, they've got other cases and things they do too. Because there's the county sheriff. So I'm assuming there's several other towns in the county. And over time, what happens is you become less of a priority. And so you become the advocate for Devlin.
Yes.
And if he's going to be found or not, it's going to be kind of up to to the grandma and the
keep driving
sister.
it. Because we've seen all too well what can happen when a community's not driving a case.
Yeah, you're going to have to be. I mean, it's unfortunate. That's the way it is. It's just
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way it is. They'll have other cases come up and things they have to do, and maybe hopefully they've got something. But are they going to have the time? Is a detective going to go through this neighborhood, door to door to door? That's the kind of work you got to have your PI doing if you can,
especially if they're treating him as an adult,
or yourself even.
They're treating him as adult, like we were saying. Adults can go missing if they want to.
Yeah.
And
his age makes
and not
this
taking
a much
into
more difficult
consideration.
case.
Well, they're not taking into consideration, his disabilities, and they're just treating him. It seems to me like they're just treating him as just a regular adult, and that's not the case here.
Detective
Absolutely
Mom,
not.
that's very sweet of you, Detective Mom. I'm happy to start a spreadsheet for this one and get the information for the owner on each of the addresses within there. If you want to join their group, Tamara and Sabrina, they're both very open, eager to work.
Get help.
I mean, they're trying. They've been working hard, so I'm sure you could reach out to them there, and then of course their whole community. They've got people that are very active on that Facebook page that. They're all willing to brainstorm and think of ways to get this thing solved.
And can I say thank you to Detective Mom for doing that? This is why I love our community, because we all pull together to try to help, and that's just incredibly kind of you.
It really is a very sweet offer. I want to do so. I don't know. I think we mentioned it at the beginning, but Panda Bear's mom is the one that brought this case to our attention in the first place, and she has a YouTube channel and we talked about this, which she did actually to go drive the route that Devlin might have taken, and she did, and put it up on her YouTube channel, because it's so helpful to people from the outside like us to physically see the routes that may have occurred. So she did like a 3-minute drive of from Carl's to the laundromat up through the whatever that road is called, Tubber something, I can't remember now.
Detective Mom says, in all fairness, you had me at spreadsheet.
Oh, sorry,
she said you had me at spreadsheet. So
actually, that sounds like the kind of job you would have enjoyed too, a little bit, the spreadsheet thing.
Maybe, but I appreciate Detective Mom jumping in there to help out. And then Nicey Marie says, no verdict yet, jury's still on deliberations. Thank you for the update. That's
on Diddy.
On Diddy.
We'll just roll right over into the Diddy verdict.
No, I mean, we were live when the Barry Morphew thing happened, so you never know.
We have that kind of stuff happen a lot, actually, don't we?
Yes, and everybody, it seems like our usuals are all agreeing the trailer park, is the place to be looking.
Yeah, I mean, more so than I realized when we first started the stream,
And this is from Panda Bear's mom. Can you make it bigger?
She did it vertical. Oh, I can do this.
That's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Well, no, do it like that.
I can make that go away.
And do you want to explain what she did here?
So she drove the route. This is about 3 minutes, and she kind of gives her commentary, her theories, a little bit about what happened. And we're gonna play this at least once, maybe twice, if we want to see it again, or we'll go back. Oh.
Okay, I'm at Carl's. This is Carl's Supermarket. My opinion, allegedly, he could have walked through here. This is another alley. I could be home making dinner, but I thought this would be quick and simple that I could be doing right now. This would be heading east. In my opinion, allegedly, he turned here.
So I just want to mention, you see how many houses there are around here?
Right.
So while he's walking, I mean, I was thinking this is going to be all spaced out and more rural, but there's
ring cams.
There's ring cams. There's people. There's got to be. There's cars coming and going. This is during the day. and there's got to be people.
I would start going door to door with ring cams.
Somebody knows something. Somebody's got information somewhere. There's no way. There's no way that's the last time he's caught on camera with all this.
Right.
And in my opinion, this is the way to the laundromat. In my opinion, I don't think he never made it to the laundromat to pick up his phone. This is the laundromat right here. This is the laundromat right there.
This is a cute town.
So in my opinion, I don't think he ever made it to the laundromat.
She's going east again, I think. Well, let's see where she's at on the map. So I think she's.
And thank you so much, Panda Bear's mom, for doing this because it really does give us a good visual, so that we can kind of envision what happened. And I agree. For crying out loud, says if he's not a vulnerable adult, then nobody is.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so yeah, she's going this way because she crosses the train tracks, I think, or maybe she's going down here. So he might have gone down here and then up first. I bet that's what she's doing. We'll see which way she crosses, because she crosses those train tracks here in a minute.
That White House, I'm not for sure if that's vacant or not. And this is the bus garage.
Okay.
This is the small town of Lakeow. Railroad tracks. So this is going to be short video today. I am Panda Bear's mom, and I'm advocating for Sabrina and Devlin Tait that is missing. He has been missing 2 months. Now we're on Jordan Lake Road.
Yeah. Now she's heading up upper.
On Jordan Lake Road, so there must be a lake there.
There is.
Yeah, that's where that little.
And now we're heading.
There's
to my place.
And Joanna Eagle says woods by the bus garage should be searched.
Right. Let's do it. You want to do it one more time?
Okay.
I'm at
Carl's.
Is there anything on that to see that you want to see? So I think that's her theory on the path. We don't know for sure, of course. But that is helpful.
It is helpful.
It's a really short walk. I mean,
yeah, railroad tracks too, guys. Skystone says boys love railroad tracks. That's right, they do. And often people will walk on the railroad tracks and shouldn't be,
Yeah. So here's what she did. She came out this way. She's theorizing.
We can't see your screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's theorizing he came down 2nd Avenue this way.
Mm-hmm.
There was that bus.
Okay, that's where that is.
Bus area. Then she crossed these train tracks, and then she's taking a left up Jordan Lake.
And
then maybe he made it to that Sunoco. Maybe he didn't. He was never caught on camera, according to the family. And then she went straight because I guess she lives up that way. But then down here, up on this Mandy Lane is where the scent and the cell phone.
Okay, so scoot over a little bit on the map go to the right.
Go like this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see how far that lake is.
Oh, how far away?
Yeah.
It's like down this way.
Can we get a view? Is there a way to get a view of that lake? I'm just curious if there was like access from that road to the lake, to that little area. Do you see what I'm talking about?
This?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was just curious.
See
if
what's
there's
here.
some kind of access. You know what I mean? Just kind of.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, there's a little creek here.
Yeah.
Looks like if you want, and then a neighborhood of some kind there. That's
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty.
But
far
not any
away.
not roads really.
So if you're thinking Did he go across a bridge and slip into water or anything like that? That doesn't look like a possibility, really. I don't see any streams or creeks or anything like that in the areas he would have been. So, because that was mostly
Hi,
what you
Busby.
think.
Busby's like satellite image on Google Maps.
Right.
Nobody likes you just doing the map. We want to see the terrain.
Oh, everybody wants the
right.
See, I'm a map person because it's easier, I guess, maybe. Do you want me to go back into the?
And she, Panda says she could do another video starting at Carl's and to the trailer park. I would definitely do that. I will tell you too, doing your camera horizontally will give us a better view of what's going on. If you're, I mean, I made that mistake with Sebastian's when we were doing some of the Sebastian stuff in the beginning. Is I kept doing it vertically, and we would have to go back and film it horizontally because it gave more of a, I don't know, gave an easier view. And I ended up getting one of those things you can put in the car where you can stick the phone up so that it would we could record as we drove.
Yeah, those
made it a lot easier. And hi, Busby, welcome in. Nice to see you.
Good to
And
see you,
hello,
Busby.
Angel Wings.
Well, do you want to put the picture back up of Devlin?
You could actually just remove the map and it'll show his face.
Just do.
Whoops, and then okay. Let me do something real quick. Whoops. I went away. Hold on. There we are.
So, kind of after seeing this all kind of laid out, Mrs. E, what are your thoughts on the case? What happened? Where to go from here? That kind of thing. Because we're over 2 months. I think we're at about 10 weeks or so of him being missing at this point.
Well, I don't, the family's in here. So I'm going to be delicate, but I do think that, I don't think he would have from what I'm seeing, I don't think he would have left home without letting someone know. I think it's odd that we have not seen him on social media or using his EBT card or his phone not working anywhere else.
I have some questions though. Basically, like if he did lose his phone, say he lost the phone or the phone completely quit working for him,
they'd still be able to ping it.
Well, okay, but say the phone quit. It quit working. It had no signal and it died completely. What I'm saying is if he had to get another phone, would he have the memory and the ability to know people's phone numbers and be able to call them?
Yes.
Would he have had the means? Would he have had the means to buy another phone?
Right.
They said his memory was so good, he was so smart that way that he knew everybody's phone numbers.
Okay.
So if he had access to a phone, he could have called.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know because, you just never know about someone's abilities. And it sounded like he was high functioning. So I couldn't tell you everybody's phone number. If I had to put new phone numbers in my phone beyond my immediate family, I don't know that I could put in anyone else's numbers. So, it's difficult sometimes. For that.
Busby asked, I came in late, so I have a lot of questions.
Sure.
Did he like water or was he afraid of it? And Tamara says, no, he hated water.
Yeah.
So, and then Angel Wings, member for 4 months. Thank you so much, Angel Wings. She says, love my E family. So
I'm going to scroll back through some of the conversations I've had with the family just to make sure I didn't miss anything that they kind of wanted to highlight.
And as you can hear, our son is excited because we are tell him what we're getting today. It's the cutest thing in the world at the store.
American food.
Yes. He wants American food because it's getting close to 4th of July. He calls it American food.
And what comprises American food for Big E?
Whatever we're going to eat on the 4th of July, basically.
Yes.
Whatever that happens to be.
I mean, is it hamburgers, hot dogs? Is it?
I said get a watermelon because that's what I thought of with American food, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just wants, it's just that every day has to be.
We have to have a project every day. People don't realize even during the C-19, when we're supposed to be locked down, he had to leave the house and have an errand every day. Like when he's home, he's a mover and a shaker. He's got to be doing something every day. But I love the American food. That's like my favorite.
I don't blame him. I love American food.
I know it's so cute. Oh,
that's what we're having on 4th of July. American food.
American food. Detective Bob says American food. I love that. It must be hamburgers, potato salad, corn on the cob, strawberry shortcake. Ooh, strawberry
shortcake.
Oh, don't get us into our pie discussion again.
No, yeah, no more pies.
But we're still getting pie comments about our last pie discussion.
I don't want to.
Sorry.
I was just looking back through some of our conversations. There is a suspicion that he was picked up.
There is a suspicion that he was picked up.
Yeah.
Do they know if he was in contact or gaming or anything, or, with people online?
They actually say specifically that the gaming online thing was not his kind of thing.
Okay.
But that he.
Well, that's good. I mean, if you're making notes for the case, that's good to know, because that's not normal for teens of this, or kids of this age. Usually they're all into gaming, so that's good to know.
Could he swim?
I did not ask that question. But if he hated water, I'm guessing not. He did. The thing about the showers, there was the rumor about them not allowing him to take showers. He hated showers, so it was difficult to get him to shower.
Well, we can relate.
I told him that. I say, yeah, well, that's always a battle for us too, actually.
It's a battle for us. We've actually figured out if we put on Aunt E knows this, but I figured out about last year.
Mm-hmm.
If I give him swimming goggles in the bathtub or in the shower, he will let us wash his hair. So it used to be a battle and be very upset for all these years. And if I'd just given him goggles, it would have changed everything, because the goggles,
it does
he's
help
completely
him a lot.
happy now.
It helps him a lot.
So he does shower with the goggles.
Biggie, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know he likes his baths.
Well, he likes the baths too.
He prefers the bath, but when necessary, like when we were at the beach, he was showering with goggles.
Well, good for him.
And just real quick, Kaz 1888. I'm from Scotland. I didn't realize watermelon was American food. I don't know that it is. That's just what came to mind when I think a summer picnic and 4th of July. I think a watermelon.
It's a 4th of July thing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's in the South. Watermelon is ripe in 4th of July is when watermelon are in their peak season. So that's why, especially in like Kentucky and Tennessee and that whole area, the Carolinas, that's watermelon season. So that's why it's one of the big summertime things.
And the charging his phone thing was about kind of like, if you're going to, they were trying to have him do chores in the house, and when he wouldn't do chores, they said, well, then you can't charge your phone here if you're not going to help out.
If you're not going to contribute.
And they were kind of talking about a story like he wouldn't, even if he's walking by the trash can, he wouldn't take the trash out. I'm like, well, fine, then you're going to have to charge your phone somewhere else. You can't charge here. And
just kind of a discipline.
It was just a way to try
to
teach
him.
Yeah.
Well, and I get that, because at first I was like, oh God, that's mean. Why wouldn't they let him charge his phone?
Right.
And I understand a child that age, if he quits school and he is doing odd jobs, he can definitely help out around the house.
Absolutely.
So I wasn't sure of his ability level when I heard that, but after I heard that, I was like, well, no wonder they did that. I don't blame him. If he's going to be there, he has to contribute.
Tamara says that he always fished from the shore, so he does fish. Mm-hmm. And Sarah's suspicion asked, was he trusting and could have accepted a ride from someone? It seems like that. It seems like that he was a very trusting individual.
Tamara said he didn't like water. He wouldn't even go swimming, didn't like to shower or bathe. So he did not like water. That would not be something that he would go seek out.
And Real Me Too says, OMG, I'm going to have to try that. Talking about the goggles. I'm telling you guys, it changed our world. Yeah, get some goggles. I got the kind that go over the eyes and kind of have the suction or whatever. And it makes a huge difference. He has no problem with having his hair washed now. None.
That's great.
If you were thinking about the laundromat later, apparently their video system was down the day for updates.
Oh, my stars. Always.
when he was
Why is it
there.
always? It seemed like that was the case with everything. It's like when Sebastian went missing and all of the cameras were glitching.
Like at Warsham's and,
Yeah.
No,
There was-
Warsham. No, actually, Warsham said that they just recorded over it because nobody asked for it, which is remarkable.
Right.
Unreal.
So I think
And
that's-
Busby corrected me. Watermelon came from Africa. So, but it doesn't mean I can't relate it. I'm still going to relate it to America.
Some good stuff.
Tamara says that Mama used to take him to different lakes. So maybe not a particular spot, but people are trying to find patterns, habits, things like that, places he might have gone outside of these paths or routes. That's what people are going to be looking at. And I know in the Facebook groups they were trying to find out, who were his friends, who did he hang out with. There's certain homes and there's that people had mentioned different houses.
Well, that's
there was like a front porch with these older men that he liked to talk to and stuff like this or whatever. There were just different.
But favorite
pizza places. There's all kinds of things like that people have posted.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was saying no one's seen him though. That's the thing.
Yeah, trying to.
Yeah.
My fear is if he's that trusting, he could have gotten in a car with someone and said, "Hey, I want to go to Arizona," and they were like, "Well, I'll give you a ride," and
yeah,
could have been nefarious intentions, or could have been just somebody letting him have a ride, and that person didn't know he was missing.
And Tamara, did we ever get what his favorite color was? Because I think our group likes to show love with doing a heart of the favorite color of the person that's missing.
It's one of those things that people like to
do to show their support.
Yeah,
they could do cowboy boots because he liked his cowboy boots apparently because he had cowboy boots on in a lot of pictures.
And Angel Wing says, "That's it. I'm investigating the whole watermelon situation." Please do, and please let us know what the results are on that.
I wanted to go back and
yeah, and Uber says if he decided to go away, he would just show signs in his behavior.
Possibly,
right.
Yes. You would think that there would be some indication through text messaging, through phone calls that he was upset. Something would have indicated that. I agree.
And I urge you guys, if this is the first time you're hearing about the story, please share. Please share his flyer, share this information.
You can follow his group on Facebook.
Yes.
It's called, hang on.
I can do a link to it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I want to just kind of, before we go today, I just want to do a little, he was wearing, so the day he went missing is April 21st. Actually, I'll share the page. Go back here and do that.
And Uber said he would be covering it on his channel as well. So great.
Oh, that's awesome, Uber.
Raise awareness.
Yes.
Well, these ladies on their Facebook group, they've been very gracious with answering questions. So I'm
with
sure,
their time, and we appreciate it so much.
I'm sure if they have any questions, they'll answer if they can.
Okay. Now, Karen, I don't know Karen, but Karen says, Matt, his brother told me he had a route in mind to his bio mom's house all planned out.
Oh.
Okay. That, of course, is, rumor, but that's interesting.
Yeah. I had read, this actually says this flyer here that it says he had previously expressed an interest in traveling to Yuma, Arizona, where he has family.
Real quick, Real Me Too. We were wrong about the telephone. He does have his telephone. Mr. E checked with his family, and he does have his telephone.
Yes, it's just dead.
It was not left at the laundry.
Right. It was last picked up in this mobile home park.
Sorry.
Not far from where he was last seen. But so he was wearing a white t-shirt, a black zip-up sweatshirt, blue jeans, and black cowboy boots. He's tall. He's like 6 feet tall or so. Dark hair, 170 pounds. So that's who we're kind of looking for. And
Tamara says he has his phone and has all of our numbers memorized. So that's great. That's a good thing that you taught him that.
That is good. But I don't know. Do you have anything else to do before we kind of go today?
We'll continue to follow this case and
the
share with
important
you
thing.
any updates.
The important thing is to get his information out and get awareness, because you just never know where that tip to find him will come from.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on his Facebook page here, and if there's ever any kind of update, a sighting, anything like that, a search, a vigil, anything like that, we'll try to make sure we pass that along to people as any new information ever happens. Hopefully somebody will have some video come out somewhere. That would be an amazing update if something like that could happen, or he just comes home.
And thank you guys for joining us. I do want to thank our members. We do have a membership video for those of you who are not used to watching our channel. We have our thank you videos, and I'm going to do those real quick before we wrap it up.
Yes, Busby, it pinged in the mobile home park.
Yes,
kind of northeast of where he was last on video.
Detroit Rock City, hello, welcome in. Did they check the area for SO/child predators?
He was over 6 foot tall, so I don't know if he would have appealed to child predators, but he definitely could have appealed to other types of predators or bullies, that kind of thing. But I couldn't believe how tall he was, and they showed pictures. He was a tall boy.
Real Me Too says sharing Devlin's story is the most important thing you can do. Absolutely. And Ashley hopes that I pray this fella is found soon. Thank you, Ease.
It's a heartbreaking story. Those interviews with the family are tough to watch.
If you follow any
We're
other,
so happy you caught alive.
well, and if you follow any
Sarah.
other podcasters, true crimers, please share it with them as well. You can share this broadcast or just share the information so that they can also get it out there and hopefully bring this young man back to his family.
And we do have it on our X account. If you want his missing persons flyer, it's on our X account. I do want to do our videos real quick to thank our new members and to thank Nina for her super sticker and Uber for our super chats and Tanya. Thank you guys so much. And I'm going to play our memberships.
And don't forget, we'll be on again this evening.
Yes, we're going to be on again this evening. We got to get right back to work. So let's see. Where are my,
Welcome to the dog town. Your crime dog now. Members only. Welcome to the dog town. Your crime dog now. Members only. Welcome to the town. Members only. Bow wow 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 wow. Doo 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 doo.
Thank you to our new members. And this is for Nina and her super stickers. Let's see, where am I can't find anything anymore. Oh, there it is.
Thank you for your super sticker. 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 Thank you for your super sticker.
Okay, and I won't make you guys sit through super chat this time, but we will do that next time. So I did kind of rework our ending video, so I hope you guys stick around to watch that. And we will see you guys tonight. And if
they asked if you would say the Facebook page again.
Sure, I've got it right here. I'm putting it in chat right now. And go and sub up to that, guys. And please give us a like, a share, and
Did you put Panda Bear's mom?
I did.
Channel in
I
there?
put
Okay,
Panda
great,
Bear's mom, her channel in there. I can do it again.
And thank you, Panda Bear, for
thank you for
doing
that.
that filming. That helps
Sarah.
everybody visualize. It's so helpful to have people that are there that can do stuff like that. It's great.
Yes, and thank you guys for the orange hearts for our son. We appreciate that as well. Let's see. Yes, there's Panda Bears. Nightbot put it out for us. And we will see you guys again tonight. We appreciate it. And if you haven't hit that like button, please do so on the way out. It does help the algorithm find us. So
I'll see you soon.
Appreciate it. See you tonight.
Thank you.
We'll shine a light for you. We're holding on a hope for you. We remember you. We remember you. Ooh. We're still here for you. We'll shine on